everybody, welcome to another installment of Legend of the Seekers Weekly. I am V, and joining me once again is of course my partner in crime with Laura.
Hey guys, what's up?
This week we looked into the episode of Dinna and how to describe this. So basically, Dark and Ral, again, doesn't show up in this episode. It's like, bro, where are you? You're like, where's Waldor? Carmen San Diego. What the fuck? Bro. He issues orders to this leather-bound lady to then try to train the Seeker, but at the
Or
same...
Sifs.
Or assist, yeah.
Or
And...
Sifs.
Yeah. And, then we cut to a dream of Kaylin looking into the whole thing of, I'm gonna be the death of my totally not, but really is, but I'll never admitted boyfriend. And then she makes out with Richard. She pushes him away and lies, but I never wanted you or your 8,000 abs. And then decides to leave him to get with some psycho chick to join the whole journey. Then Richard gets kidnapped by some magic-y ladies and leather-bound. And then we kind of have a full-blown, I think, Black Hawk Down meets Hellraiser type of episode.
Yep, and then he gets captured by the more Sifs, and they're gonna train him or control him, technically.
Hence why I called it a Black Hawk Down meets Hellraiser. Where it's like, you get interrogation torture from SEAL Team 6, but you also get the weird hedonism type S&M vibe from the whole episode where it's a little weird.
Oh yeah, it's kind of sexual and weird, yeah.
Like, you want to take it seriously, but then you just kind of sit there and watch. Like, Laura can attest to this. I'm sitting there watching, I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Because the Mortis is weirdly falling in love with him at the same time. It's just like, what's going on? But okay. Yeah, and I see what you mean, though.
Like, she was saying, this is going to be a very fun episode. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Why is this a full-blown S&M episode? I thought this was about some people trying to stop a evil kingdom. What kind of sexual shit is this?
It has a lot to do with the storyline still, though. It's a big part of the storyline still. Even though how weird it is, it's still a big part of the storyline.
I believe it, but I'm just like, who wrote this?
Who wrote this? BBC?
Anyway, aside from how I feel about the whole plot, I guess, from the, A plot about Richard being taken in by Morph 6, apparently these people that only feel pain in silence and dish it out to make you into slaves. Totally Hellraiser vibes, so Cenobites, basically. The B plot, though, was the one I found the most interesting about Kaylin trying to distance herself from Richard to avoid a prophecy about, oh, I'm gonna kill this man even though I love this man, but I'll never tell him I love him because we can never be, although there might be a thing called an asexual marriage where we don't have to have sex, but who doesn't want to have sex with 8 billion abs?
Yeah, that part I don't understand either, but it's TV show. What do you expect?
I was gonna blame the books because I feel like it's based around a period where it's like,
it is.
you don't want to have sex in the Middle Ages? You're turning 20. You're gonna die in 5 years.
Yep, exactly.
So I not only blame the writers for the A plot, I blame the time setting for the B plot of, like, you can't just have an asexual marriage.
Well, I feel like it's more than that, because I feel like they want to maybe have kids one day, and they can't because...
There's a thing called adoption, though. I've done it.
Okay, that is different, though. This is the Middle Ages. You really think of adoption here?
I mean, with Dark and Raoul killing families left and right, I feel like it's easy to just be like, hey, you want a family? Yeah? Okay.
Okay. Okay, yeah, whatever.
Once again, I have the odd perspective while Laura's just like, can you just follow the show's rules, V?
Apparently not. That's because I've seen the whole show and he hasn't, so he's just trying to like go with the flow, but he can't.
Like, I like to rationalize too many things. I'm sorry. I'm a critic. What can you expect from me?
Nothing. Nothing good.
Anyway, that's just my whole take on the plot itself. How it was directed, edited, and shot, though, it was incredible. All the set pieces, set designs, how they try to issue in various moments with the lighting scales, and even how they intricately wove all the musical accompaniments for all the big moments, like in certain fight scenes with slow-mos were done perfectly well. How they did certain dream sequences were amazing. How they just caught Richard's stupid ass face when he just derped down the middle of a happy place moment. Beautiful. All of that from a technical side of things were amazing. The only thing that I only had an issue with, although it served the plot of the main story very well, was just how the executions were, since if we were to use modern day thinking, it wouldn't make a lot of sense for the whole Richard Kaelin breakup scene, even though they weren't really together, but we know they're together. We can't deny this bullshit. And just automatically having medieval Cenobites just out of nowhere, I'm like, where's Pinhead?
Where's Pinhead? Yeah, exactly.
Like, that's all of my opinions on it. Laura, what about you?
I mean, it's a big step for the storyline, so I really like this episode. It was just really weird. I think at first to me, because I didn't understand it at first, but then if you go further in the storyline, it makes more sense on why they did it that way, specific way. So I did like it, honestly. It's probably one of my favorite episodes of the season, because it really does set up a lot of things later on. But yeah.
So I guess for right now, I'm just like, bruh.
I did like that Caitlin and Richard are starting to build somewhat of a relationship together, and I don't know. I kind of like that. That's also the reason why I like this episode.
I could agree with that.
Because eventually, I feel like it's a good start for them to realize maybe they can still be together, even though, Kaylin is supposed to kill him or control him, or whatever. Maybe there still could be a hope. That's kind of what I feel like this episode was kind of trying to show. Because we didn't see, like, when Dinna was trying to control him to killing Kaylin, he fought back by the glance of Kaylin and realized that he can use his own power to fight her control over him.
Yeah, he can.
I like that part. So, and yeah, I think it was a good episode compared to some of the other ones we've watched.
Yeah, I could agree with that. But now I just gotta focus on the next episode, because if I were to leave a recommendation for this, I feel like for some odd reason people just be looking at me funny about, how'd you recommend this episode? Don't worry about it. So what's the next episode?
Puppeteer.
Wait a second.
I think Dr. Rawl is actually in this episode. I'm pretty sure he is.
He has a face again?
He has a face again.
Bruh,
yeah.
Anyway, we'll see you guys in that episode, but until then, just make sure you don't go down any roads untraveled. You don't talk to creepy ladies in white dresses. And if you see a man that can't read, it's Richard Cypher. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.